Welcome in, folks. We're bringing you Game 2 of the PEL Championship Series. Prune Packers hosting the Humboldt Crabs. I'm Ryan Moffett alongside my partner, Hugo Traverso, and we're bringing you a great game. Right now, Humboldt Crabs lead the series 1-0 after getting a home win against the Packers. An impressive game, and starting on the mound for the Packers today is Alec Ballardis. He'll be going against the top of the order right now, starting with Keenan Morris, followed by Tyler Howard and Cameron Sewell. Hugo, Packers took a tough loss in Humboldt. We went up with the team and got to watch that loss, as there's a strike right there. What were some of your takeaways after that game?
Well, I think the Crabs really feasted off of the atmosphere there. It was packed out Arcata Ballpark, 2,000 to 3,000 people there, and all screaming for the Crabs. So they really got in the heads of these Packers.
Yeah, and they started off hot last game, and they're doing the same right here. A line drive out into center for Keenan Morris to get on base.
Yeah, really solid first half of the lineup here. You got Keenan Morris, Tyler Howard, Cameron Sewell, Adam Enyart, and Jacob Pappas. They're all batting high 300s, early 400s there, and they're really solid players. So, you know, when they get a runner on to start things off, they're looking to do damage.
Yeah, definitely, and a whole lot of damage last game. We haven't seen the Packers give up 10 runs in a while, as here's a hit down the third base line. Drake DiGiorno, what a play. Works down the line, backhanded grab, and a laser beam to second to get Morris out.
And DiGiorno just has been a defensive mastermind for the Packers. They really needed that on the infield. Committed 3 errors last game. Errors were definitely costly at the worst times, costed them a couple runs. But DiGiorno being at third base has really anchored down that left field line.
Yeah, newer addition, but he came onto the scene hot, both offensively and defensively. And you see it right there with the glove work. And there's a strike right there from Ballardis. Throwing it to Cameron Sewell. This counts now 0-1. So Ballardis checking on the runner at first, Howard. And now here's the throw. Swung on and fouled down the visiting line. Some packed stands tonight, Hugo. It's a busy night here at Rec Park.
It is. You got the bleachers out to the right, down the right field line. They're packed out. You got fans from across California here and seeing shirts and hats from high school and college programs from all the way from South Oregon to down to Southern California.
Big night for baseball out here in the Berg. The count's now 1-2 here for Cameron Sewell.
Seeing some USCs, some UCLAs, some Stanford, some Cals, some Oregons, you know, everywhere.
Healdsburg's the place to be if you're a baseball fan, I guess.
It is indeed. Wine Country has been great to these players this year. Really sad that the year is coming to a close, but it's been a solid summer for all of these guys, including Ballardis, who has a new home at San Diego State after transferring from ASU.
Yeah, definitely, as that one's fouled off by Sewell to stay alive. 2-2 count. Yeah, a lot of guys on the Packers this year were in the portal and playing for the Packers, and working with Coach Gomes has kind of helped them find new homes and talk to coaches from across the country and find their next year's spot to play. As this one's hit high over into left center. Jay Souza sitting underneath it, and he'll catch it for out number 2.
Yeah, this is a solid start for the Pack. They do not want to let up any early runs like they did up in Humboldt, although they did react pretty quickly after giving up those early runs. They just don't want to go down in general here, especially in Game 2, season on the line. You want to force Game 3. You're at home. You're at the ballpark you know best. Why not win here?
Yeah, definitely, and a bit of a weather change, too, for these Crabs. Not a coastal city, not that breezy, chilly vibe we felt in Humboldt. It is a whole lot warmer, a whole lot drier.
Yeah, 87 degrees currently. I hit a high of 89. Air quality is still nice, but yeah, you mentioned that dryness, humidity is only 38%, so not anything like Humboldt.
Thank you, weatherman Hugo. You're always giving us great weather updates.
Yeah, 63 in Arcata right now with a 84% humidity.
Wow. As this fouled off by Adam Enyart. 2-1 count now. We saw Enyart close out game 1 and get the win for the Crabs. So 2 down, 1 on. The pitch on its way. Enyart fouls it down the third base line. Make it 2-2 now. Bellardus kicks and fires, and the breaking ball misses the zone. Count goes full.
Yeah, the key for the Crabs last game was contact swinging. They were only swinging, looking for contact, not any power, did not hit any home runs despite scoring 10 runs, and plate discipline.
Definitely, as this is a grounder, and it gets through by DiGiorno. And just like that, it's a single for Adam Enyart.
Yeah, that was unexpected there. Snuck by DiGiorno. Although great job by McCoy out in left field to charge in on it and not allow Morris to go to third. 304 feet out to left up in Arcata, but here in Healdsburg it's only 280, so any runner going to second, as that one's going to run in and hit Pappas, any runner is going to check up on going to third if they're rounding second.
Yeah, now Cade Ladahoff's going to go talk with Alec Bellardus, and we'll run you through the Prune Packers defense with 2 outs left in this inning. Jake McCoy, as Hugo mentioned, in left field, and then Jay Souza in center, Alex Leopard in right, and the infield left to right, Drake DiGiorno, Cade Campbell, Antonelli Savitere, and Logan Sutter at first. And Ladahoff, of course, behind the dish, and Alec Bellardus on the mound. Pitch on its way, swung on, popped up, and it will drop out of play. So quickly 0-1 for Tate Metcalf. And that will be another hit batter, and that will bring a runner in, actually. So the first run on the board will go to the Crabs after a hit by pitch.
That's a tough one there for Bellardus. Having trouble locating early on here. This is not good if you're the Packers. Already dug deep into your bullpen in Humboldt. Don't want to dig deep here.
Yeah, we saw multiple pitchers out in Humboldt as there's a swing and a miss from Timmy Reed. We saw a total of 4 pitchers in the away game. And now Bellardus fires. Make it another strike. Timmy Reed watches it go by. 0-2's the count.
Caught the outside part of the plate there. We'll see what Bellardus can do here, but looking at it, he'll go breaking ball.
And
he doesn't.
Bellardus gets it. A swing and a miss from Reed, and he gets out of the inning. Just 1 run from the Crabs as they take the lead in game 2 in just the first inning. We'll be back in the bottom half when the Packers look to respond in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Healdsburg. We're here in the bottom of the first, and the Packers are trailing 1-0 against the Humboldt Crabs. Game 2 of the PEL Championship Series. Packers looking to respond after a hit by pitch caused a runner to come home in the top of the first, as right there fouled off by Antonelli Savatere, the leadoff man for the Pack.
Yeah, tough first inning there from Bellardis. He's got to control his breaking ball, especially when faced off against a very, very good pitcher, arguably the best pitcher in the PEL on the mound tonight for the Crabs in Miles Standish. 52 innings pitched this summer, 59 strikeouts, only 12 walks, 6-0 record, and a 2.76 ERA. He is dominant, to say the least.
Yeah, impressive numbers from Miles Standish. And he's going against some of the best bats in the PEL, some of the hottest lately. Savatere is down 1-2 in the count.
Yeah, that last fastball in at 85 miles an hour. So not a ton of velo on him.
Savatere off the end of the bat. It drops into left field. And he's going to round first, but end up changing his mind, make it a single.
Smart there from Savatere, just leadoff hit, try and snowball it into some runs. I was talking about this with Jacob Van Rolkel last week. Pitchers come in here with immaculate ERAs, 1-2 ERAs. They leave here with 4-5 ERAs. So it is a hard ballpark to pitch in, especially if you're not a Packer. They need the home crowd behind them tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And the home crowd loves this guy right here. A local town kid, or local area, I should say, Alex Leopard.
Yeah, Leopard, lefty, we were talking about it, kind of a similar swing to Spencer Jackson, the Yankees, one of the Yankees' top prospects.
So 0-1 to Leopard after he fouled off the first pitch. Swings at the second, up and out of play.
Spencer Jones there, yeah. The way that he approaches the plate, Spencer Jones is almost like he's Alex Leopard, but only about 6 inches taller.
All right, well, similar players.
But I honestly think Leopard generates more power out of his swing because of he's lower to the ground. It allows him to power the ball out to right field, whereas Jones can hit it to any part of the ballpark.
So the 0-2 to Leopard. Hard ground ball over to second. They're going to try to turn two. Leopard out at first as well. A double play for the Crabs.
Yeah, and that's where that can hurt you. That's the Prune Packers here. That's almost been the feeling for the Packers. When they've needed to get lucky, they haven't, but here we go again. The Crabs running this weird shift with the second baseman shaded to the left of second base, trying to deal with the aggressive pull that comes with Logan Sutter. However, they don't do this when Leopard is up, so I don't understand the mindset behind this, especially with a guy like Sutter who has been able to spray the ball.
Yeah, he can hit it anywhere in the ballpark. It's a 2-1 count now for Sutter. Sutter swings and fouls it out of play over towards the visiting stands. So 2-2 count for Logan Sutter. Pitch on its way from Standish. Breaking ball missing high.
So just discussing with our analytics guys and our rules analysts, because this is not legal in the MLB. You cannot have 3 infielders on one side of the infield.
Sutter swings and fouls it to the same area. Staying alive. Sutter looking to go the opposite way. Swings out into right field, and camping underneath it for the out is Howard. And that'll be 3 outs here in the bottom of the first. And the Crabs hold on to their 1-0 lead. We head to the top of the second in just a minute. Welcome back. It's the top of the second in Healdsburg, and Alec Bellardus still on the mound for the Prune Packers. He's going against Nico Lombardi to start things off here. 1-0 count after missing the zone, and swung on and right through the 5-6 gap. I mean, that is a hot spot for these Crabs right now.
Yeah, it seems like the entire field has been a hot spot for the Crabs.
Not wrong. So now up to the plate, Michael Perazzo, the 9 batter for the Crabs. Last batter to see Alec Bellardus. And he shows bunt, pops it up, and it's going to drop in play. Bellardus throws to first. He got him.
And great job, the use of small ball move runner into scoring position here with Keenan Morris coming up the top of the order already. Big first inning, and I mean, Packers might need to turn to a starter to come in relief.
We'll see what they do pitching staff-wise. It looks like nobody's up in the bullpen. I think they'll ride with Bellardus. Here's his pitch. Big swing and a miss from Keenan Morris. So Lombardi over on second now after the bunt. And Bellardus shakes off his first call. And another. Here comes the pitch. Morris watches it go by downstairs for ball number 1. One and one count. Pitch on its way, swung on and fouled back by Morris.
And at this point, Bellardus kind of trying to pepper the zone. Very good approach from the Prune Packers here as they struggled with hitting the zone up in Humboldt. I think right here you got to go with the chase pitch. I think you go fastball, challenge fastball up.
Bellardus with the fastball, but a little too up as it's now 2-2. Morris waits for Bellardus, and a good eye there as that pitch misses just outside. Full count here. Bellardus fires, swung on and missed. Down goes Morris.
Well, we're finally seeing the Alec Bellardis we're used to. There's a reason he's got that 42-4 strikeout to walk ratio in the regular season. He hits the zone, he hits it hard, and he gets the swing and miss. He got it there. Second strikeout of the day.
Yeah, huge play by Bellardis. Still has that runner at Lombardi on second as he misses up high.
And it's Tyler Howard. This is a big hitter. Hit one, especially now with the wind blowing out to left field. He hit one out into left field that would have been a home run at Rec Park.
Bellardis sends the pitch, and a line drive that's right over the head of Campbell. Runner coming home. A great throw from Jake McCoy. And that's going to get Lombardi out at home. Aggressive risk does not pay off. McCoy hyped up.
High risk, high reward. Beautiful throw from McCoy. Great to see that. Saves a run, and that is, we saw that off the bat. McCoy was looking to throw it in, and no hesitation by the third base coach from Humboldt to send him home. But a throw on the money. Let's see if the Packers can turn that into some runs here.
Yeah, huge momentum play for the Packers. We'll see if that carries over offensively in the bottom of the second. Welcome back. It's the bottom of the second, and the Prune Packers look hungry for some offensive runs to tie this game up and possibly take the lead, with Cade Ladahoff starting things off. And a huge swing and a miss, but that pitch inside.
Yeah, Standish not working with the quickest of velo, but he's definitely using it well.
And Ladahoff smacks this out into left field. A no-doubter. The bat flip shows it.
Get up and get out. We were talking about in the break, Standish doesn't have the top velo to match these Packer hitters. At some point, he was going to throw the wrong pitch, and he does there. Ladahoff stamps on home plate. And right now, his July, he has stamped his name as possibly Mr. July. 6 homers in the month of July and a clutch one to tie things up.
Man, you talked about it. He has been hot lately. I mean, all season, really. Ladahoff has been the guy for the Packers, and when they needed a response, he's the guy to call. I mean, that was out of here, Hugo. I'm curious to see if we have any TrackMan data on that.
Jacob Van Roekel, shout out to him. He called the home run. He called the home run, so we appreciate Jacob. He's tuning in. couldn't make it to the championship series. Wish you good luck moving into your house, Jacob.
Yeah, shout out JVR. The stats on that home run, 331 and 101 miles per hour off the bat, Hugo.
Well, I mean, that's what Ladderhoff's going to do. A guy very similar to Leopard, but batting from that right side, and tanks galore.
Tanks galore, new nickname, as this is hit into right field, or excuse me, center field, and caught by Timmy Reed.
Productive at bat from DiGiorno. He saw a lot of pitches. Standish is a guy who, you know, with the velo, you know, he locates well, has great chase pitches. And right now, the Packers have a shot to give him his first loss of the season. Did not have a single loss in the regular season, 6-0. He started like a starter, like a big league starter for the Crabs. They had him going 6 innings pretty much every game, only started 6 games and went 52 innings.
As a grounder by Hideki Prather, fielded by Morris, and his throw on time to get the out.
Well, McCoy makes one play to save a run, and now let's see if he can give the Packers a lead.
Yeah, powerful arm and powerful in the box, too. He's got a lot to offer for this Packers offense. First pitch goes by, and it will be registered as a ball close to the zone. Second pitch to McCoy, fouled up and out of play. Now 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch to McCoy, swings at it and fouled over towards his own dugout. So now has to fight here against Miles Standish, 1-2 count. Standish fires off the end of the bat and foul by McCoy. Standish sends the 1-2. A breaking ball that somehow missed just outside of the zone to McCoy.
Great movement on that pitch, but broke right into the zone, caught the outside corner.
As McCoy tattoos this pitch out of here, out into the yard of some Healdsburg resident.
Well, that is maybe the third run this year that could have been changed by one call. Third run this series that could have been changed by one call for the Crabs. It's a tough one. Breaking ball located right on the edge of the zone. And then the next pitch, fastball, middle, McCoy. Well, he's got a lot of tattoos on his body, and he tattooed that one, like you said.
I mean, obliterated. You knew right as the sound of that ball hit the bat, that thing was leaving Healdsburg.
That's the problem. You know, you can only throw 86 against the Packers for so long.
So now up to bat. A tough act to follow is Cade Campbell as he fouls the first one up and onto the roof of the grandstands. 0-1 count. He lets pitch number 2 go by as it's a ball.
And it's a tough one here for Standish. He's had a great year, just.
And right back to left field is Cade Campbell. Another home run for the Packers.
Turn up the engine and rev it! 3 homers in 1 inning. Like I said, that's 80 right there. I mean, the Express, they did this. They tried this out. They had a very, very good year, a very good outing from Devanus. He throws about 84, 85. And then when we play, I remember when the Packers played the Bay Area Marauders, they had a guy throwing 84, and he got just absolutely teed up on. this is uncharacteristic of Standish, but at the end of the day, when you start him against such a good team, it's going to leave the yard quickly.
Yeah, now a mound visit to talk with Standish. And wow, Packers, this back end of the Packers lineup, they've got Standish figured out. So now preparing to see Standish, as it looks like he's going to stay in the game, is Jay Souza, another guy that has home run potential. We saw him in game 1 smash a home run.
Yeah, he tattooed that one. And he's looking to tattoo another one here. Standish, you got to be confident in him. He's been incredible all year. Just, having a tough one. And this is one where if you're the Crabs, he's got it back. If the catcher likes it, that one about 2 inches offside, but we'll see.
So the 1-0 to Jay Souza will be called a strike as he lets it go by.
That one nearly down the middle there from Standish. Lefty on lefty, he's had trouble.
Souza, a great eye in the box. Lets that ball go by for ball number 2.
And funny enough, I do say lefty on lefty, he's had trouble, but all of his home runs he's given up are righties. So looking at it here, he might be just having trouble with the entire lineup. This is the problem. This is where you need your best pitcher on your lineup, your ace, to lock in, and this has not been an outing.
And Souza gonna try to leg it out. They got him at first. A tough play, but they're gonna call Souza out. So after an electric offensive inning for the Packers, they put up 3 runs, take the lead away from the Crabs. Crabs are going to look to respond in the top of the 3rd. We'll be back with you in just a minute. Welcome back here in Healdsburg. Top of the 3rd, Packers with a 3-1 lead after a 3 home run inning in the bottom of the 2nd. Crabs one in on that home run action as they're now on offense here.
Well, here comes the Healdsburg trouble. There's a reason the Packers barely lost at home this year, and that was, well, the Crabs did issue one of their only home losses, but they know this ballpark, this field, as beat up as it is, plays a heck of an advantage for the Packers.
Definitely, and right now trying to work to its advantage is Cameron Sewell, the 3-batter for the Crabs, as he fouls one off over towards the bullpen of the Packers. And it's still Alec Bellardus on the mound for the Prune Packers. Had a bit of a rocky start in the 1st inning, but since then has found his control and where he's trying to pitch to these Crab bats.
Well, this is definitely something college coaches are going to be looking at. Again, the PEL is a league that we have really high quality batters, high quality pitchers, but a lot of guys that are in the portal. So college coaches are going to look for guys like this. They can bounce back from a rough 1st inning, bankroll that into 2-3 extra innings, roll that into your piggyback guy, and then take it the rest of the way.
So a full count pitch, fouled off. A good job to stay alive by Sewell.
Packers are expected to bring Mason Lurma in following Ballardis' day, but knowing how many pitchers they used up in Humboldt, they might want to let Ballardis get some length here.
As another fouled off pitch by Sewell. Good battle here between him and Ballardis. Ballardis fires. Fouled off once more. Really running the pitch count up here against Ballardis.
Yeah, this is good for Sewell. I mean, we've made that joke countless times that he sees the ball well, but he has really had great plate discipline this year. Every time we've seen him, he has been able to fight, just as he's done right there.
Another fouled off pitch to stay alive against Ballardis.
Yeah, he's letting Enyart and, more importantly, the guy who's in the hole, Pappas, see a lot more of Ballardis. Pappas, he only saw one pitch against Ballardis and was hit.
And Ballardis misses down low, and the battle will go to Cameron Sewell.
You see, this is where the problems begin. Packers are going to need to stop issuing walks to the leadoff batter. They had troubles with this up in Humboldt, and it's followed them back down here to Healdsburg.
So Adam Enyart going against Ballardis for the second time this game. And first pitch, they're going to see if he went around on the check swing. He did.
All right, well, I think it's a 50-50 call in that case. I don't know if he completely went around, but, I mean, if you're the Packers, you'll take it.
As this hit right up the middle, and it will get into the outfield. Gets away from Jay Souza, and a runner, both runners will advance.
That's a disaster there. That's Rec Park at its finest. The outfield beat up, and the ball gets past Souza. Now Pappas at the plate. This is turning into the first inning all over again for Ballardis.
Yeah, bit of a sloppy inning here in the top of the third.
And check that. Enyart got a single on that, and that'll be an error on the center fielder. There we go. Ballardis recovering with a strike. That's something that we didn't see up in Humboldt. The Packers definitely looking in the strike zone a lot more.
0-1 count. Pitch on its way. And a second straight strike.
Yeah, this is what Ballardis needs to do. He needs to attack, attack, attack. He's got a 2-run lead. Tying run is on second. Just keep locating these fastballs.
Ballardis fires, fouled off. So still 0-2 count. So still nobody out here in the top of the third, and 2 runners on in scoring position. Ballardis' pitch swung on and fouled back. Sounded like it was off the knob of the bat.
Yeah, it's a tough one there.
So another lengthy at bat here as Ballardis works. Missing upstairs. 1-2 now.
Yeah, Ballardis really trying these fastballs. He's really trying to get a chase here. And in Humboldt, they've had great batters, some great plate discipline.
Ballardis' pitch smacked out into left field. Running in on it's McCoy. He's going to let it drop in front of him. A throw home on its way. And it'll get away from Ladahoff as the runner dives in and kicks up some dirt. So the Crabs cut into the Packers' lead. 3-2 is the score.
And it's the same situation as where it started. Runners on second and third. This is where the Packers are starting to get some bullpen action moving. Talking about conserving pitchers, but at this point, Ballard's just having a tough time here.
As this hit high into left field and in foul territory, but McCoy standing at the wall, and it will go over the fence, foul.
Yeah, Packers really need some productive pitching here. This is likely Ballard's last inning.
The 0-1 swung on and missed. Good pitch by Ballard's to result in a swing and a miss from Tate Medikoff.
I mean, this is what happens. The first 5 guys for the Crabs are incredibly talented hitters.
Medikoff goes down swinging. Ballard's trying to finish strong here for the Pack.
I wouldn't be shocked here if Timmy Reed looks to bunt here. He's a very solid guy he's got a good drag bunt. We'll see if he puts it to work here.
He'll watch the first pitch go by. 1-0. Ballard's fires and missing outside once more.
Ballard's just not looking to attack against Reed. He struck out his first time, but maybe Ballard's looking for a different approach. He's lost that breaking ball, hasn't thrown it yet.
And Ballard's just trying to find control against Reed as he's missed outside 3 straight times.
And maybe this will allow Ballard's to settle in 3-0. Likely Reed will not go.
And Reed won't because it's another ball outside of the zone. Bases loaded now for the Crabs. Just 1 down.
Yeah, see, this is where the Packers, the pitching can't drop off here. Your offense can only score so many. If you're issuing free passes, it's not going to be a good sign. This was the problem for Packer opponents earlier on this year, issuing way too many walks. But when you're facing guys with the Crabs who are very talented, can't issue free passes.
And a nasty pitch right there from Ballard's to get strike 1.
Great run there. Catches the inside part of the zone.
Lombardi waits for pitch number 2. And he'll swing and miss at an outside pitch.
Nasty. That was, I believe, a sinker there from Ballard's, and that was beautiful in the dirt. See, this is where working around Reed, who's a good contact hitter, might pay dividends. The guys at the bottom of the lineup. Can't let Keenan Morris come up, though.
Yeah, dangerous bat for the Crabs. 0-2. Gonna miss the zone. Count goes 1-2.
Good job holding off on that one by Lombardi. He singled and scored his last time up. Or no, barely scored. He got thrown out.
Swung on high into right field. Leopard underneath it. He's going to throw home. Cut off by Sutter. He's throwing back to third. They're saying he got him. The tag at third after Sutter cuts it off and fires. Gets out the runner.
I'm going to be honest here. I think, I'm going to be honest, I think Adam Enyart was under the tag, and that is going to be a tough one. It's a tough call to make. But at the same time, it's a force out, so the throw, there is no tag needed to be applied. So it's a force out.
You're right, Hugo.
So that's an out. If it's a force out, it's an out.
You've got a keen eye, Hugo.
That's it.
All right, well, as the Crabs finally go off the field after trying to talk it out with the umpire, their pitcher, Miles Standish, comes back on, ready to face the Packers after a 3-run inning in the bottom of the second. So now the Packers will look to replicate that in the 3-2 ball game we have right now. Holy. Welcome back. Bottom of the third here. Packed house for game 2 of the championship series. 3-2 is the score, and Packers back to the top of the order. Antonelli Savatere looking to put some work in.
Yeah, it's pretty safe to say this has been packed house, and there's Savatere.
2 for 2 now. 2 singles today. And Hugo is pumped up about it.
Yes, I am.
So Savatere now on first, and Alex Leopard coming up to the plate looking to get on base for the first time today.
Yeah, Dora Sasso, yes, the tag up does require a tag. I was wrong on that, but we're not really allowed to talk about what the call the umpires make, but that one was definitely peculiar, to say the least. We were trying to justify it, but, you know.
Yeah, I try not to justify it.
Yeah, that's on me.
I make enough mistakes, and no one justifies my mistakes, so. As this throw back to first gets away, Alex Leopard rounding second, and it looks like he's going to try to go home, except no, he gets the stop sign. Excuse me, not Leopard. Leopard's in the box. Savatere now on third.
Yeah, see, tough one there. I mean, the Crabs fans can complain about the calls. They can complain about that, but at the end of the day, as the ball did go out of play, they're going to probably send Savatere back to second because it did technically go out of play. Although, we'll see. You can't be making those mistakes. That's a costly error from the pitcher. And at the same time, you can't be, you know, these Packer hitters have been hitting them hard. It's 3-2. It's an early ball game. Play should be out of play. Ball should be out of play. Savatere might have to go back to second here. We'll see the official ruling. Rec Park is just, in general, a tough place to play. Definitely a tough place to umpire because of the odd dimensions of the ballpark. So, you know, yeah, they're gonna send him back to second here. Tough one.
I think that's the right call. I think he was still on his way to second when the ball was out of play.
Tough one here. Standish has been really off today, not consistent with the stats he's posted.
So Savatere at second now, and it's still an 0-1 count for Alex Leopard at the plate. Standish fires home, and it will be recorded as a ball. Good eye by Alex Leopard, close to the zone.
Yeah, that one a couple inches down there, according to our TrackMan.
So 1-1 count for Alex Leopard. Pitch on its way. Leopard holds back a swing, but it will be a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, see, all things considered, pretty consistent velo. That was not 35 on the gun. That was 85. Just a malfunction from our velocity. There, 85 miles an hour. The velocity is staying consistent, though, from Standish, which is good to see.
He has been consistent. And Leopard also consistent as he hits it hard out into right field, and it'll drop in front of Howard for a single.
Well, that's what happens. Bender of a breaking ball at 75. Those guys were seeing that at playing freshman ball in high school, and then just clobbered out into right field. It's a looping breaking ball. And now with Sutter, if you throw that to Sutter, I think that might be on University Street or in someone's backyard.
A lot of the home runs today have been in people's backyards. So there's a pitch right there, missing the zone for ball one.
I think this is just very, if you're Humboldt, you got to be shocked. This is very inconsistent with your ace here in Standish, you know, getting hit around like this. Hasn't issued any walks, been great with location.
As Sutter smacks this one out into center field. Reed giving chase, and it's going to drop over the wall. Is that a ground rule double? We got two fences out there, Hugo. What's the ruling going to be?
Well, one umpire said home run. One umpire says ground rule double. We'll see.
I mean, regardless, Sutter is at home. I think if he goes back to the dugout fast enough, they can't take it away.
So yeah, they're gonna consult here. See, at the end of the day, that's the same umpire that made that call at third. Yeah, can't be making that. That one took a pretty high bounce. It's a tough view out there. If it had come down, it would have gone off the come down in over the wall. It would have come off the scoreboard there. I don't think that one landed out of play. I think that landed in fair territory and bounced over the wall for an automatic double. I think that it's got to be cement. Nope, they're going to call it a home run. But I'll take it. So 3-run shot for Logan Sutter in what has been one of the craziest umpired games, and we're only in 3 innings.
Yeah, that is some wild stuff, but Packer fans loving it here at Rec Park.
So if that's ruled an automatic double, there's runners on second and third. It's 4-2 Packers, but instead home run 6-2. The home plate umpire talking it over with the catcher.
Yeah, that was some chaos right there, but I mean, it has been home run galore today, at least from the Packers side. 4th of the day now.
I think we can ump this game better. What was the distance?
All right, so now coming up to the plate, Cade Ladahoff, who another guy has homered today.
Yeah, so still no outs for the man on the mound. This is a tough day. I mean, you gotta feel bad for Standish. In my opinion, one of the best pitchers in the PEL. He's just not. He's been hit around today and gotten some rough calls, to say the least. But this is still only the 3rd inning.
As this one's hit high into the infield, and a whole lot of crabs around it, and it will be caught by Cameron Sewell. So that will be the first out of this bottom of the 3rd.
Well,
Drake DiGiorno coming up to the plate.
I mean, that ball did land in line with our camera, our camera out there in center field.
Our Synergy camera.
Synergy camera, that's what I was looking for. So the Synergy camera, it does appear that that's around where it landed. So after the game, we might be able to get some footage and see if it did, in fact, land in play and then bounce out of play. I don't know. It is pretty hard pan out there in terms of sand on the warning track.
Hard ground ball gets through. Out into left field, Drake DiGiorno with a single.
All things considered, that's the first time, talking about Sutters, that's the first time I've seen anyone homer to that part of the ballpark. That is incredible to see. The only person that's gotten that close was likely Blake Burke back when he played here. He hit one, tattooed one over the 400-foot sign out there, which is by far the longest home run I've ever seen.
You're forgetting someone, Hugo, someone that recently played, Max DeBeck out of Michigan.
He did, but it was inside the park.
Oh,
I'm
you're
talking
saying
about out of the park.
Oh, yeah, then I have no answer for you.
Because that one landed before the fence was installed there. That one landed.
I really don't get that fence, Hugo.
It doesn't really make sense.
Weird.
Seems for player safety, but it just causes some problems.
More chaos.
Yes. But now the wind's blowing out to right field, so see what happens.
Hideki Prather up to bat. And a big swing and miss from him.
And see, that's what you want here if you're Standish, finally finding it. Well, you know, this is a tough place to come and play if you're Humboldt. It just like it's a tough place to go play up in Arcata. Packers won the regular season series 5-1. The only loss was here at Rec Park.
So 1-2 count now for Prather. He's got DiGiorno over on first. Pitch up high and a throwback will not get DiGiorno at first.
Yeah, great. Very quick throw down there from Lombardi. That was really good to see. He got a great jump off of that coming from a very, very good program, Cal State Fullerton. Southwest programs, Fullerton, Pepperdine, ASU, USC, UCLA, UCSD, USD, tons of programs that just dominate.
Leopard, a hard hit ball out into left center, and that'll be caught by Pappas.
Well, we were talking about UCSD, so that's probably why you said Alex Leopard.
Oh,
but that was,
I'm sorry.
That was Hideki Prather.
I'm on a happy day with Leopard. I've said it multiple times for multiple people. Man, Hugo, quit talking about random colleges. But yes, that was Hideki Prather. Good save.
Well, let's see what Jake McCoy can do. He's from another California college.
Don't even mention it. San Jose State. Now I'm going to call him JC at guard. First pitch to him, outside.
Well, yeah, I mean, a guard here, he almost homered once. He already homered once today. I mean, McCoy, excuse me. So
gosh.
Yeah, so it's going to happen to the both of us now.
Championship Series, we've got to lock in. We're getting fired. As a ground ball over to third, a hard throw will beat out McCoy. And that gets out number 3, but the Packers able to add 3 more runs on in the bottom of the third. 6-2 is the score. We head to the top of the fourth.
Well, Ryan, you can say it with me. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Lurma time here in the Berg. Mason Lurma, the lefty out of UC Davis, comes in relief of Alec Ballardis. Ballardis goes 3 innings, gives up 2 runs. Packers get some nice run support in the bottom of the 3rd on a 3-run homer from Logan Sutter. Mason Lurma, he works with a high 80s fastball. Got great breaking stuff. One of the best relievers in the PEL. Posted a 101 ERA this year for Davis, and he starts things off hot with back-to-back breaking balls perfectly in the zone. And he's already up 0-2 on Michael Parazzo. It'll be Parazzo, Morris, and Howard. Lurma into the windup. He pitches, swing and a miss. Mason Lurma starts things off hot with a strikeout. I mean, Lurma, what a great guy, Ryan.
Yeah, we had the pleasure of riding the van up to Humboldt with him just 2 days ago, and holy cow, Lurma, he is a man of many stories, and he shares so much wisdom with us.
He's just great. There's a breaking ball lined softly and caught. Finds its way into the glove of Logan Sutter over at first. So quickly 2 up, 2 down. And Lurma does it in 4 pitches. Keenan Morris knew that first pitch breaking ball, lefty on lefty matchup was coming, and he crushed it, but Logan Sutter makes the catch. Lurma, 5 straight strikes. That one just off the zone. Crabs fans having some trouble. This one hit up the middle. Savateri over on it. He'll make the play in time. 3 up, 3 down, 7 pitches. A wonderful start for Mason Lurma. So we'll step aside and head to the bottom of the 4th. We're back. We'll start the bottom of the 4th. Cade Campbell, lefty, homered his last time up. Ryan, what are we looking at out of Cade Campbell?
A guy that has been home run hungry lately. Got his first home run just about a couple days ago, and since then he's been on a tear.
And that grounder picked up and thrown on to first by Parazzo, just a bit off the bat. But Medikov makes the play. So that starts things off. It's going to be now Jay Souza. He had a high chopper the last time he came up. Really used that Rec Park infield to his advantage, but still was called out at first. Debatable, but that is the way this game has gone. He takes strike 1. Still Miles Standish standing on the mound today. 0-1, locates that one. 0-2, just barely catches the outside part of the zone. 0-2 with 1 down. Souza waits. Standish gets his sign He twists and fires, and this one's crushed. Center field, back there, gone! Jay Souza leaves the yard for the second time in the championship series. His dad is on fire!
Holy cow. All these Packer bats are just catching on fire. Every person is hot on this team.
Well, hey, up in Humboldt, they said his shoes were cold. Not anymore. I think that man hates when he's called cold. Island guy from Hawaii, went to King Kamehameha schools. He got called cold. He got called not ready for the ocean climate up in Arcata. Launches a 3-run homer up in Arcata and then crushes one here. So Standish gives up his 5th home run of the ball game. And that one popped up for an out. Antonelli Savatere pumps out.
Yeah, and I was talking about it early on in the game when it looked like Standish just had every Packer bat's number. But once you see this guy a couple times through these Packer bats, they're disciplined. They train with Coach Gomes every day. So they're going to get their bat around on this ball and just send it for a ride, and we've seen that from 5 of these Packer bats.
Yeah, so 7-2 on the bats of 5 home runs. Standish goes right where Leopard wants it, low and inside, and Leopard gives a nice healthy cut, but misses. So Jacob Van Roekel asked for home runs. He got them. The 0-1 with 2 down, and that one's upstairs, 1-1. This has just been an absolute, you know the term glue guy, Ryan?
Yes, I do. I'm aware of it.
Leopard is a glue guy. He's the definition of a glue guy. 1-1. Swing, and this one crushed into the right field gap. It gets down. It'll nurse its way up to the wall. And into second, safely surfing with some swag on it. Hitting the Cobra. It's Space Captain Alex Leopard.
Yeah, and we've got it right this time. It is Alex Leopard out there, and holy cow, he wanted to join in on the power hitting party. That was crushed out there for a double, though. Leopard, I mean, he hopped on his wheels to get that double.
So here we go, another mound visit. They like to see a lot more out of Standish, so they're not going to take him. They have pretty much every time he's pitched for Humboldt, he has gone 5-6 innings. Some could say 6 or 7 innings. But, I mean, I'd say he's trended around 5 to 6 innings. We saw the Crabs put Sasso in for 6 innings, and it came up with some trouble. Sasso gave up 8 runs because he was left in for so long. See, this is where the Packers, they pull Bellardis. Bellardis has not a great outing, and then put in Lurma. Lurma deals, and it's 7-2 just like that. When you ask for length out of your pitchers against such a stacked team, this is like a college all-star team, Ryan. This happens. 7 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Packers. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. Packers will look to do this in back-to-back days, capture their 5th consecutive Summer League title. It'll be Logan Sutter, the Gamecock, at the plate. He's been a Falcon, or let's go all the way back to Del Oro. He's been an Eagle, a Falcon, and then went to be a Boilermaker, and now a Gamecock. So he's really trying to capture all the avian kingdom.
Wow.
I wouldn't be shocked if, let's say, as he pops this one up, it'll go into right center field. It's going back towards the wall. Caught! He caught it! Timmy Reed! I don't believe it! Timmy Reed robs Logan Sutter of a home run. What a catch!
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Oh, that's a Sports Center top 10 play if I've ever seen one, Hugo. Holy cow, Timmy Reed. What a catch.
Oh my goodness.
Looking like Spider-Man out there.
I know I'm not supposed to scream, but I am shocked. That was a great catch. I thought that was going to be another moment like when Big Papi hit the grand slam, and there's that iconic picture of one of the outfielders for the Tigers, his legs up in the air trying to rob it into the Red Sox bullpen, and the security guard going crazy. But we will step aside. Mason Lurma will be back. So Mason Lurma into the second inning of his outing. He'll face Cameron Sewell. So a little bit of a rivalry here. UC Davis guy on the mound, Sac State guy at the plate. We talked a little bit about that mixture of these guys. Oh and 1 now coming to Sewell. That one in there for a called strike. So Mason Lurma nearly perfect in his outing with these pitches. He's just been sniping the strike zone, working methodically. And he does it again. Catches Sewell looking.
Lurma is a cold-blooded killer right now.
I could not have put it a better way. Cold-blooded killer. He comes on with the Ghost Rider walk-up song, a ballad. He said he took that from his UC Davis teammate and closer, and he locates a breaking ball against Adam Enyart. Enyart way ahead of that one, swinging out of his shoes. But Lurma, it was influenced by the closer at Davis, and there's another beautiful pitch. Flies under the bat of Enyart. It's almost like watching a screwballer from the 1940s pitch. Like watching Satchel Paige, the 0-2, and that one's fouled off. That hits another bat over in the Packers dugout.
See, I think kids think Satchel Paige now, and they think he throws 115 miles an hour because of video games.
And Lurma, back-to-back strikeouts. How do you do? Just feeding here.
Let Lurma cook. Oh, my goodness.
And he went to Humboldt, and he cooked on them. 4 2/3 innings pitched. Located everything perfectly. This one, a hard grounder. DiGiorno over to first in time. Mason Lurma back-to-back efficient innings. And he returns to the dugout. We'll be right back. Ryan currently bowing to Mason Lurma. King Lurma, he's been incredible. Well, now it's Cade Louderhoff, and seeing that 90 on there, that means that Mason Lurma has crossed over the 90 threshold. So Lurma has got to be happy about that one. He was hitting 90 in the spring, then took a few weeks off and was trying to get back to that velocity, so he's there. And now it's a Hornet, Cody Collins, and he lets up a big swing. But Timmy Reed back there patrolling center field.
Timmy Reed's got it on lockdown out there in center.
And so now it's going to be Dante DiGiorno, a little bit of Akon to walk up to. Ryan, we talked a lot earlier on in the season about these walk-up songs.
We did.
We've got some new guys. We've got Catalano. We've got some guys who have changed their walk-up songs since. Do you have any favorites so far? Has your favorites changed?
That's a great question. I love Jay Souza's. I'm a big Hawaiian reggae guy, so I love that one. But also, I would have to go with Sutter. His just goes pretty hard. The Kanye West. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that really no one could tell him anything. And this one in the dirt to DiGiorno. So 1-1 count to him. One of the University of Utah playing in altitude. So it goes from up near 6,000 feet to down at sea level to spend his summer. And he pops this one up. It'll stay in the infield. Catcher Lombardi over on it. He makes the catch. Something to mention, you were talking about Sutter's walk-up. That was his 10th homer of the summer. 10th homer of the summer for Sutter today.
Almost at 11.
Yeah, it honestly seemed like he had a lot more, but he had that hiatus where he went down to Georgia for a week or two and then comes back and returns to the status quo, which is great to see. So now Tadeki Prather. Prather, another NorCal guy. Pitch, and that one is outside. Campo Lindo High School product. Campo's produced some great baseball players and coaches. Arizona's baseball coach, he's a NorCal guy. Ties to Campo Lindo. Pitch, that one is in the dirt to Prather. So 2-0 count with 2 down. Big righty at the plate. It's got power. Hasn't gotten anything out. Has had a few close calls, but in a hitter's count here, let's see what he can do. The pitch. That one's fouled off. I wonder if we're going to get more people here tomorrow for Game 3.
Even more on the line.
Man.
I mean, there's already plenty here today, but we could even fill up those grand football stands in right field.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I remember last year they were moderately filled up, not as much as this year. The quality of play for both teams is definitely doubled, I would say, since last year. So that Game 3 we did was packed, but mainly over here, not less so out in the outfield, but would recommend it. And Prather will walk.
Great plate discipline right there from Hideki Prather.
Well, thank you for the update there. We apologize. I guess it is Cameron Sewell. We were told that it was Sewell the start of the year because we were initially going to pronounce it Sewell, like Panay Sewell.
Yeah.
But, all right, that's good to know. Thank you.
It took us all year, but we're getting there.
We're getting there. We're getting there. This is, what, Game 43, 44?
Hey, we got there eventually.
Yeah, we got there. 0-1 with 2 down. Collins checks on the runner at first, double checks, triple checks, and then fires home, locating a beautiful bender of a breaking ball for a swing and a miss. 0-2 now. Thank you all for making us a part of your Thursday night, July 31st. Summer's winding down here. The 0-2 with 2 down. The pitch swung on and crushed the opposite direction. He is on his horse, and he's going to watch it drop. It's going to kick off the gate in right field. McCoy is going to third. They're going to hold him up, and streaming into third with an RBI triple is Jake McCoy. Hideki Prather scores, and just like that, it is now a 6-run cushion for the Prune Packers.
Holy cow, Hugo. Jake McCoy. He is having a day. First the home run, now the triple. Oh my goodness. He came to ball.
And now Cade Campbell will come to the plate. So from one Bay Area college goer to another. McCoy, the homegrown kid out of Rohnert Park, California, went to Casa Grande High School.
Oh, and Campbell sharing some words with the umpire right there. Got real close.
Potentially just checking about zones and everything, talking things over. The way that it's been played today, the zone has been interesting, to say the least, and throughout the year it has been that way. So, see, swing and misses at a beautiful chase pitch there from Collins. But the big thing for the Packers has definitely been communicating with those umpires, talking with them, and knowing where the zone is so that there's no mishaps, no issues, and no one has to be tossed. 0-2 with 2 down here. The pitch, Collins trying to get out of the inning, and he does. Swing and a miss. Bender of a breaking ball. Great job there from Collins, but the Packers add one on. Mason Lurma heads back out there for his 3rd inning of work. We'll be right back with the top of the 6th. And we're back. It's going to be Tate Medikoff to lead things off. He'll be followed by Timmy Reed and Nico Lombardi. Mason Lerma into his 3rd inning of work, the 6th inning. This one turned on and crushed deep left field, foul. So Medikoff coming out swinging here. First good contact against Lerma all night. The 0-1, Lerma fires, swing, and he fouls it off. Some of these guys are going to face each other soon next spring. Medikoff, Santa Clara guy. Timmy Reed, USF guy. A lot of West Coast Conference and Big West players on this lineup, and with a Big West pitcher in Mason Lerma, he's been dominant. That breaking ball low, great job by Medikoff not to chase. Great bender of a slider. The 1-2 coming now from Lerma. He kicks and fires. Trying to get him a chance on the outside. 2-2. We'll see how long the Packers let Lerma go. This is his last outing of the summer, presumably. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Mason Lerma, 4 strikeouts now.
Lerma is on fire, Hugo.
So now it's going to be Timmy Reed Lurma deals, Reed showing bunt, still in the strike zone. My goodness, Lurma not scared of a thing with Drake DiGiorno over at third coming into charge. The pitch outside. I mean, after all those bunts, Ryan, they definitely had to practice because Logan Sutter held up there. He did not charge on that bunt. He did up in Arcadas, that one. Bender for breaking ball again from Mason Lurma.
I mean, Lurma's working with some junk today.
1-2, that one's fouled off. Lurma, I mean, he's always been working with junk from seeing him at Newman to UC Davis, and now with the Packers, he's been dominant. The 1-2 with one down. The pitch, breaking ball. Oh, just off the inside of the plate. So 2-2. The pitch from Lurma. Swing and a miss. Good night, Timmy Reed. Mason Lurma makes it 5 on the day.
I mean, there's nothing else to say, Hugo. Lurma dealing. And he talked about it with us on our drive to Humboldt. There was that hard foul ball, and there's another swing and a miss. Hard foul ball down the left field line. I mean, just barely to the left of what would have been a home run. He talked about how much pitching is just luck.
Oh, yeah, you talked a lot about the expected ERA. He's been really focusing in on that as there's another nasty pitch. He gets a swing and miss. And now Lurma looking for his 6th strikeout of his outing. The 0-2. Swing and a miss! Mason Lurma! Are you kidding me? My goodness, you cannot make this up. Probably the most dominant reliever on the West Coast. Lurma cooking through 3, 6 strikeouts. And we'll be right back. Packers maintain this 8-2 lead. Well, it's going to be the man with very hot feet. He's got to have foot warmers down there. Texas Tech's own Jace Souza bringing some island swagger, that Hawaiian reggae to the plate. 8-2 lead. Souza pumped up. Early leader for MVP of the series with 2 bombs and 4 RBIs in both games.
Yeah, he has been amazing for the Packers in just 2.5 games in this playoff series.
And so we'll see game 3 tomorrow at 6 p.m., assuming that the Packers hold on to this 8-2 lead.
Really calling your shot.
Well, I'm just doing what any broadcaster would do, which is promotion.
Ah, I see.
8-2. The pitch. And this one crushed into the gap. Reed on his horse. It gets down. It's over there by the light pole. The throw in from Reed is in time, and Souza held up at second. But a leadoff double for Jay Souza, and that makes your job incredibly hard, Ryan, because you've got to pick a player of the game.
I know. It's going to be really challenging when all these guys have had amazing games, both offense and defense. Packers have had standouts.
And Mason Lurma, he could potentially get, if he comes out, he could get finished with 6 or 7 strikeouts. Souza, I got to talk to him a little bit about Hawaii prep schools, because you think about the schools down there, you've got King Kamehameha, the big 3 on Oahu, King Kamehameha, Punahou, and then St. Louis. All 3 of those schools have produced incredible talent. I mean, Punahou, Manti Te'o, St. Louis, Tua Tagovailoa, Jay Souza for King Kamehameha, amongst others. And then on top of that, they also produce great actors, great singers, and just in general CEOs. There are great things coming out of all 3 of them. Now one runs inside and hits Antonelli Salvatore. He's going to be an entrepreneur himself, getting to first for the 2nd time tonight. 3rd time.
Who on this team, Hugo, do you think would do the best on Shark Tank at pitching a product?
That's a tough one. I feel like a man that talks business, that always stands on business, I think would be Logan Sutter. But also, if you're looking for the charisma and the comedy, I think you got to go that'll draw investors in, because that one is low to Alex Leopard. I think you got to go Jake McCoy.
I feel ya.
And Hideki Prather. I think you get both of them on the stage, getting your company sold. Mason Lurma could be really good too.
He might go off on a couple tangents
potentially
during his pitch, but I could see that.
And this one, a hard grounder. Great play by Sewell for 1. Over to first for 2. Not in time.
That was great hustle by Leopard. He knew it was going to be a double play, and he legged that one out to be safe at first.
Yeah, he did not want what happened last time. And so now it is Logan Sutter, who was robbed of a home run his last time up. On a great play made by Timmy Reed. I'm sure the USF coaches must be very happy with that. Got on his horse to track it down. 1 down, this one, a breaking ball outside. Lombardi dealing with the sun in his eyes as he checks over at Jay Souza. Cade Lanahoff on deck. He'll be followed by Drake DiGiorno. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Lombardi fakes the back pick, trying to elicit a reaction from Souza. Does not get it. So now runners on the corners. Leopard leads away at first. He gets great jumps. One of the best base robbers in the PEL. The pitch. That one skips in the dirt. Souza coming home. He slides. He's safe. So Jay Souza scores on the wild pitch. Leopard moves up to...
Yeah, and great. Just heads-up base running by Leopard and Souza. They saw it out of the pitcher's hand and got great jumps to get a score and advance a base for Leopard.
And they make a dust bowl with that. So dust streaming into the Rec Park stand. Dust streaming into the Rec Park stands. This is 1920s baseball, ladies and gentlemen.
It really is.
Covering my eyes.
Do you have sensitive eyes, Hugo?
I do, and this is a sensitive bat from Logan Sutter. That one going to skip up and against the fence in left center field. Leopard will score and cruising into second with a double hitting the Cobra.
No.
And securing a bag. Logan Sutter cooking.
Yeah, cooking indeed. Holy cow, powerful hit by Sutter out there.
The one positive for these Packers is the calls that did go their way right now would not really matter. 10-2. If one call goes their way, it's maybe 9-2. Calls go their way. 3 calls go their way. It's potentially 8-2, 7-2, depending where what you think. But still, it's domination. And has been locked down. So at the end of the day, the Crabs have just every
double right there from Logan Sutter, 109 miles per hour off the bat.
Oh my goodness, one of the hardest hit balls this summer. Great to see out of a guy like Sutter who dominated. He had a ton of extra base hits at Purdue this year. And you mentioned, Ryan, that he had a great number of base hits last summer, but not a lot of extra base hits. Ladahoff sends this one off the glove of Morris. Great job to keep it in the infield by Morris, but ultimately no luck for the Crabs. Runners on the corners.
This has been just an offensive masterclass by the Packers today after we saw them get off to a slow start in Humboldt 2 days ago. This has just been insane to watch, Hugo.
They got to save some runs for tomorrow. They're up 10-2 and safely looking at a game 3 for back-to-back years in the PEL. Last year, same recipe. Lost the first game up in Lincoln, came home, dominated, and won the championship. So now leading 10-2. Let's see what Cade Campbell can do. Are you a 10-2 guy when you drive? Are you 10-2? Are you 9-3, 8-4? What's your hand placement?
I'm a one-hand 12 o'clocker, Hugo. I drive like Vin Diesel. I am cool when I drive. Might be unsafe, but I gotta look cool.
Well, it's all about family with you, I can tell.
Yep.
The 1-0. This one up the middle, hits off of Collins's ankle, and the tag not in time, and here we go. So, looked like they tagged DiGiorno out, and with only 1 out, the scoreboard is wrong, only with 1 out, a run comes home no matter what. So, the question now becomes, what's the verdict here? Because you have a tag out. It seems like they got Ladahoff at least. So they do. They call him, and that is with 2 outs, so that is an out. So it is 10-2. As we head to the 7th, Ryan Moffett will take back over and grace your ears with his angelic voice. So 10-2. Mason Lurma goes into his 4th inning of work. And Ryan, you can't make that call there, but we'll be right back. We'll talk about it when we get back.
All right, we're back after Hugo was just making fun of my mom off camera. Not appreciated, but that's all right. Top of the 7th here, and Mason Lurma still on the mound and still working with this filth.
Hey, might as well keep him out there. It's his last outing of the summer. Potentially his last outing at Rec Park. We'll see where he goes next summer, but, you know, he's been dominant for Davis, and this guy continues his domination. Some of these guys that come here, they don't want to talk to us. They don't like to talk to the media, don't like to talk to the broadcasters. Can you blame them? I really can't. I can't really talk to myself. I think if anyone wanted to hear me for 4 hours, might be crazy, but you know, all things considered, it's all good. Lurma though, he'll talk to us. He talked to us all 4 hours on the way up to Arcata, and it was great.
2 on the way back.
Yeah, it was a great conversation. We had a lot of fun. Lurma is always a great time to talk to. He should have a podcast.
He should. It should be titled "My Life Destroying Batters," as there is another strikeout. Is that 7? That's 7 now, Hugo.
Yeah, 6 or 7.
6 or 7. You're tapped in with the kids, I see. It's 7 strikeouts. This hit over to Logan Sutter. He fields it, flips it to Lurma, and Lurma tags first base for out number 2.
Yeah, whereas Bellardis, who was pumping gas, was struggling with pitch count. Lurma, he's been throwing such nasty breaking stuff. His fastball tops out at 90. Breaking stuff is mid-70s to low 80s. And you look at that stuff, you look at it, Lurma is getting a lot more swings. So the key here for the Packers, thinking about tomorrow, could be finding a guy on your staff who is as nasty as Lurma is, but, you know, throws a lower velocity because it's going to elicit more swings.
As here's a chopped ground ball over to Campbell. His throw on the run in time. Another lightning fast inning from Mason Lurma. He has been so effective today as the score's still 10-2. We're going to stop here for a minute, sing with the fans, and we'll be back with you in the bottom of the 7th. Welcome back here in the bottom of the 7th, and it's a new arm in for the Humboldt Crabs, Spencer Jacobs. Hugo, what do you think about this move?
Well, I mean, I would say we were talking about the reactions that certain broadcasters have to moves because they were former players. This one, hard grounder. It's going to be an out. Nice play there by Parazzo. But Spencer Jacobs has been dominant. Him and his brother, Brody, they're both incredible pitchers for the Crabs. Been dominant against the Packers. And we all expected Spencer to be used in Game 3. But no, Spencer used today. Brody was used for 2 innings on Tuesday. So the question now is, who do they go to in a potential Game 3?
It's a big question, Hugo, as that pitch right there getting Jake McCoy to back up.
We were talking about how Kruk and Kemp would say things, but honestly, if you don't win tomorrow, if you need pitching tomorrow, I'd say this is pretty boneheaded.
As that hit gets through out into right field, and Jake McCoy's dominant day continues. Just a double away, Hugo, from the cycle.
Yeah, Hideki grounds out, but then Jake McCoy exploding onto the scene, and why not? We were talking about how it was kind of polar opposites the spring and summer with him and his teammate J.C. Osorio-Guard at San Jose State. Osorio-Guard had a tough spring, but balanced it out with a great summer, and McCoy, great summer, or great spring, kind of a lackluster summer.
And this popped up over towards third base and will be caught by Keenan Morris. So Cade Campbell will head back to the dugout.
And Morris, great infielder, very unassuming infielder going to Oklahoma Baptist, but a guy that has a great speed, can make great plays, and is a great leadoff hitter. But McCoy, more on him. I mean, he's just exploded the last few games. It's been awesome. I think some of it has to do to rage. He really feeds into this rivalry, loves this rivalry, really likes whooping Crabs.
He told us that yesterday before the game. So 0-1 for Jay Souza here. Another guy with just an impressive performance today and the game before, as a line drive over to second will be caught by Cameron Sewell. And just like that, the inning is over for the Packers. First time they've been held scoreless since the first inning, Hugo. So we're going to head to the top of the 8th when the Crabs look to put some runs on the board. Welcome back, top of the 8th here, and how could you pull Mason Lurma off the mound? You can't. If you're Coach Gomes, you let him ride it out, and that's what he's doing. already 0-1. Just like that, make it 0-2 now for Sewell.
It's just first pitch strike after first pitch strike for Mason Lurma. This is what you know, why we say it's Lurma time.
As a weak hit ground ball over to second base. Savatere's throw on the run goes over Sutter's head.
Yeah, it's a tough one there from Savatere, but not bad there by Mason Lurma. That's a big outing for him, you know, facing off against a rival, a Causeway Classic rival in Cameron Sewell. That big rivalry out in, between Sacramento State and UC Davis. Fought over the Causeway because each school, when going to the other school, has to go over the Sacramento Causeway that separates Davis and Sacramento. Do you know what a causeway is?
I'm aware of it. I'm aware of the rivalry too, Hugo.
All right.
I know you're always trying to one-up me on this local knowledge you have, and you do it 90% of the time, but every now and then I know a thing or two you're talking about. Is that pitch fouled back right there?
You were just looking at me a little crazy there.
Well, more so about Cameron Sewell. We were told the pronunciation is Sewell.
True.
So I was trying to keep you in check. And that's all I do. That's my helping hand. I just look at you with crazy bug eyes. There's a check swing right there, and they're going to say he went around. Nasty pitch from Lurma.
Yeah, Enyart did go around there. The earlier call on him was a little questionable, but that one pretty clear. Enyart couldn't hold up his swing, and now Lurma back at home comfortable.
The pitch from Lurma, and a late swing there from Enyart, but he fouls it off.
Because they go from Bellardis' slider and his breaking stuff, which is around 82, 83, to now Mason Lurma, who is your classic closer back in, you'd see out of the 80s and 90s. Coming out, throwing 88, 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and his breaking stuff is all the way down at 75, 76. I mean, this guy, he's looking a lot like Trevor Hoffman out there,
That's
dare I say. Doing pro comps all day, the Packers.
2-2 count. Lurma fires. Fouled back again. A good battle here by Enyart.
Do you have any pro comps?
For Mason Lurma?
No. Just any Packer.
Any Packer. I'll go. I'm looking around the field, seeing who I could compare to some of these guys. The pitch from Lurma swung on and missed. Another strikeout.
Mason Lurma, what is this going to be, a potentially 6-inning save, Madison Bumgarner style?
My comp right now is Nolan Ryan for Mason Lurma.
All right.
The way he's pitching today, ground ball over to the shortstop. Campbell's going to try to turn two with it, and they get it. Packers dominating on defense with Mason Lurma on the bump. 10-2, still the score. We'll be back with you in the bottom of the 8th. Welcome back, bottom of the 8th here in Healdsburg. That sun right at the blinding hour, and Humboldt Crabs fans learning about it if they're sitting here in the stands.
Yeah, we were up in Arcata, and there was no sun.
It was nice.
Just fog.
It was nice but cold at the same time.
And Jacobs, you really can tell they're related by the way that they release the ball. Very similar. It's not like a Rogers twins type thing where you have one guy going submarine, one guy going over the top. You get both guys with this insane windup.
That hard hit down the line, and it'll be fielded by Medikoff. He'll tag his bag for out number 1.
I would almost compare the way that the Jacobs brothers release the ball and their windup. It's almost like when you know, did you ever have one of those? Are you a man that had a cat or a dog?
Yes, I've had both.
All right, so did you ever have a wind-up toy where you had to wind it all the way up like a mouse and then it would just run for days?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So that's almost like the Jacobs. They wind their arm back and they pause for about a brief half of a second and then just fire. Very good comparison would be potentially, I know this is far-fetched, but Aroldis Chapman.
Wow. Yeah. Your comparisons, Hugo, are crazy today.
It's Aroldis Chapman without the velocity. I remember we called one player Yoshinobu Yamamoto earlier this year because of his windup, and he was throwing 60.
As the Leopard watches that pitch, mitts up high. 1-2 count for him. So 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th for Leopard and the Packers. Pitch on its way, swung on by Leopard. I mean, absolutely crushed. It's just going the wrong way. Hard right.
Yeah, he got in front of that. Party out front, put to the test. Lurma just absolutely obliterated that ball.
Yeah, a little early to the party there. 1-2 count, though. Here's the pitch. And Leopard. Good eye. That was a close to the strike zone pitch. 2-2 count. Leopard swings, poked out into left center, and it drops. Make it a single for Alex Leopard. So now Logan Sutter coming up to the plate to that great walk-up song we were talking about.
And it's 10-2 Packers, well on their way to forcing a winner-take-all game 3, which is
what, Hugo? You got me on the edge.
I tend to do that occasionally. It's going to be it's back-to-back years that we've had a winner-take-all game. If you talk about the Cal Collegiate League a few years ago, you call it 3 consecutive years we have a winner-take-all game, and that's going to be really fun to see how that plays out.
Definitely will. It's now a 1-1 count for Logan Sutter.
This is the most neck-and-neck series I've ever seen with the Packers. The Crabs and the Packers have been dominant. And right now, the Prunes are definitely choking the Crabs.
No, Hugo. No. It was a good try.
And it was a shot.
Yeah, bad shot and bad swing and a miss there from Logan Sutter. He goes down swinging. Cade Ladahoff comes up to the plate.
Ladoff getting a nice reception from this crowd. Crowd has not died down. They're sticking here with them. Everyone here, I'd say about well over 1,000 packed into Rec Park. Wishing you guys come down here. We have a lot of viewers. We really appreciate that, but we'd love to see an increase in viewership down here at the ballpark. We want to pack those grandstands out there in right field. It would be great to see, wouldn't it, Ryan?
I think it would be awesome, and a whole lot of people would go home with souvenirs the way these Packers are hitting. If they start sending it to right field, of course.
Well, I mean, worst comes to worst, you just go pack onto the sidewalk of University Street over by the flagpole, although that might not be the best way of viewing the ball game. I would say it's better when you come into the ballpark.
And a swing and a miss there from Ladahoff. Great pitching here from Spencer Jacobs.
Yeah, Jacobs really mixing his speed, which is great to see. This is something that, you know, if he had done a few innings ago, would have ended up in less runs, but he's doing a great job of, you know, picking his pitches and just making sure everything works correctly. I'm going to be interested to see who the Crabs break out for Game 3, because Sasso, he did a solid job up there, gave them a lead, and then down here a tough one from their starter, and this could be out there.
Yeah, it is out there into left field, Hugo, and caught by Pappas for out number 3. So another scoreless inning for the Packers offense as they go against Spencer Jacobs. And we're heading to the top of the 9th, and it is Lurma trying to finish the job. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
And we're back. Hugo Traverso alongside Nolan Brenner to close things out. 10-2. Packers lead it. Mason Lurma starts things off against Tate Metcalf with a first pitch strike. Lurma well into his outing, trying for a 6-inning save. Would be the first I've seen since Madison Bumgardner did this in Game 7 of the 2014 World Series. Although I don't think he went 6. I think it was 5 2/3 or something like that. 2-1 from Lurma. Swung on and fouled off.
No doubt Lurma's been incredible here. He's had 8 strikeouts today. Looking to add on to that total in this 9th inning.
10 would be a nice number to round things out. The 2-2. Fouled off. So definitely a little bit better these Crabs have been against Lurma, but the heat has worn them down, and we'll see who the Packers go with to assumedly close things out. But this one deep back there, and it'll get down against the wall. Metcalf running for second. Throw is offline, so Metcalf leads things off with a double. And finally, they have a hit. We'll see.
It was bound to happen at some point. Lurma's just been so dominant. Nice swing there by Medikoff, using the big part of the field there out and right.
And we'll see what Timmy Reed can do now. Mason Lurma looking to close things out. Stands starting to leave, but still a lot of people here. This one low for a called ball. 2-0 now. Prune Packers bullpen has come in. They're going to ride with Lurma for the rest of this game. Reed fouls this one off. So runner on second with nobody out. 10-2 ball game. 10 runs, 16 hits, 2 errors for the Packers. 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. The pitch. That one's in there for a called strike. So count goes even here.
This is the best case scenario if you're looking at it from Coach Gomes. The offense has been dominant, and you have Lurma here as he just pours on his 9th strikeout of the day. You have Lurma, who's just been dominating, and you can save a lot of the pitching, but here actually comes Coach Gomes, and they're going to pull Lurma.
Well, we'll see what they do. I think it might be time for Jake McCoy. Nope, it's going to be Tucker Bougie coming in to close things out. Mason Lurma, bids adieu, gets a hug, gives the ball off, and Mason Lurma, an electric 5 1/3 innings, tips the cap. The hometown kid from Windsor, California, closes out his 2025 summer on a high note, and an incredibly high note. Gets all the love from the fans and the players. Got some of his former high school teammates in the crowd here. Got some of his former high school classmates working for the Packers on the call. So great to see, but we're going to ride like the wind. Tucker Bougie in to close things out. We'll be right back. And we're back. Tucker Bougie now on the mound, man out of Mill Valley, California. Nolan, what have you liked out of Bougie?
I really like his slider. He's thrown it a lot this year in the mid-80s to low 80s, and it's almost like a Frisbee. It's got a ton of horizontal break on it and a ton of spin rate.
Well, we'll see what happens. One down here. Bougie put in the game with a runner on second and to close things out. The pitch, that one's fouled off. Bougie heading back to California next year. He withdrew his name from the portal and head back to be a Golden Bear once again for one last ride out of South Marin County, Mill Valley, California. Tamalpais High School kid. Swing and a miss.
What makes Bougie so tough is that he has a sinker that goes arm side and then a slider that goes the other way. It's almost similar to Ryan Walker on the Giants, who has that comeback sinker and then that Frisbee slider.
Well, you hit the nail on the head with that pro comp, especially with the windup. He's got a very similar windup to Walker as that one taps softly on the ground. Cade Campbell makes the play, 2 down. So Packers now 1 out away from forcing a winner-take-all Game 3. The Crabs had to drive all the way down here. Now going to spend the night tonight and rest up, hope for a good Game 3. We'll see, though. Bougie now facing Parazzo to close things out. The pitch fouled off. So 2 strikes away here. Great to see from Tucker Bougie. Lurma went deep into this ball game. 5 2/3, 9 strikeouts, on his way to being defensive player of the game. Player of the game is going to be Jake McCoy. So that is your performance of the day. The 0-1 outside, 1-1. Crabs top of the order, due up, so they could snowball this into somewhat of an offensive explosion if they can get it. Here's the pitch. Parazzo grounds this one. Logan Sutter makes the play, tosses it on to Bougie. He'll tap the bag. The stadium erupts, and that is the ball game. The Packers force Game 3. They win it 10-2. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Winner take all. Albeit that game should start around 5:55. So join us here at 5:55. Nolan, any final thoughts?
This was probably the best all-around game I've ever seen the Prune Packers play, because you know the Crabs brung it, and they just responded emphatically with the bats and the pitching. Mason Lurma highlights the pitching, but all types of batting here in Rec Park. 5 players had a home run, and it should be an electric Game 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, you can join Ryan Moffett and I on the call tomorrow. Should be a fun one, but finally, for our analytics guys, Nolan Brenner, Ryan Moffett, and myself, Hugo Traverso. Lurma time turned it into a whole Lurma game. Packers win it 10-2. Back tomorrow at 6 p.m. for winner take all Game 3. Should be a fun one. Adios.